Good evening, parents. It's nice to virtually meet you. I'm Miss Berry. I'm just going to go through a couple of basic things on how trying to set up this online world that we're going to be venturing into this year. Um, First thing, I just wanted to talk about a few of the different methods of instruction that I'll be using. My goal is to try to flip the classroom. There's a link to it in the handout that I gave, but basically the goal is to provide like some short videos, probably like 2 videos a week. That'll be about 20 minutes long, and those will be homework assignments as well, that I want the students to watch before class. And basically, in those videos, it'll be like introductory, like the vocabulary, and just like the generic intro to a concept. So that way, since we're only meeting like the 2 or 3 times a week, depending on the week, we don't have to spend the entire class period just going through the vocab and the background, and we can spend more of our class time on actually like doing the applications and stuff like that. Haven't gotten into the group work yet. Hopefully, we can get into that soon. We can start to try to do these breakout rooms online and stuff like that. But normally in geometry, students do benefit from trying to do some things together, and trying to do some self-discovery. There'll be homework, there'll be class projects. Obviously, we'll have quizzes and tests and all that stuff as well. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail on the second thing. For the parents, I just asked that you guys, throughout this time, and even if we do come back, who knows what's going to happen, just ask that you stay involved. Check Canvas, check PowerSchool. It's if a parent tells me like today, like, oh, she got a 0 for her homework, she turned it in, etc., it's much more likely that I'll remember it, or I'll know what's going on, versus you asking me in November about her homework on September 2nd. So if you see something, say something. Basically, so if you see something that seems alarming, or if you're concerned about it, just let me know early, as opposed to coming in again in November when the marking period's over and trying to see what they can do to pass. So it's best to just check in early and check in often. Make sure the students are prepared. For my for my algebra 2 students, basically they just need calculator, notebook, things of that nature. If this is your students like last math, they can pretty much be fine. I'm talking about my algebra 2 students. If this is their last math for the most part, they'll pretty much be fine with the regular scientific calculator, like $10-15 one. But if they're like they're going to be taking pre-calc, calc, and things of that nature, it would benefit them to go ahead and get a graphing calculator this year as opposed to waiting. But again, there is an online graphing calculator that you can use, that I will post, that I did post in the link at the top, that the students can use for now. But again, if they're definitely taking like higher maths, you could go ahead and get the graphing calculator now as opposed to waiting. Stay in contact with me. This is my email address, and that's my Google Voice number. I probably will check it up until probably 4 or 5 o'clock, but after that I'll probably turn it off. But if you'd rather call, just call that number, or you can text it, and that'll be the perfect way to connect with me. For my responsibility is just to provide instruction, make sure I'm prepared, aid your students in the learning process, assess the students, and make sure the parents and students are doing their part. Also, obviously, to grade them, prepare warning notices, and maintain some connection with the parents. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead to the handout that you guys hopefully were able to open. If you weren't, I guess I'll take you to Canvas first, actually. So this is how the Canvas page should look for the students. This is the student view. Hopefully you guys clicked on this. That's how you got to me. Back to school night, and this is the handout that hopefully you can open up now. So just want to go through a few of these things. Again, we don't need to go through everything, but I just want to highlight a few things to bring to your attention. Again, it's going to be very important with the videos that the students watch those before time. The videos are going to be like 5 points each for the homework. And again, I want the students to come into class prepared, like with that content already like introduced to them. I'm not going to, again, during the class session, go back and review those definitions, those concepts that I went over in the video. So ideally, again, they've watched the video. So when I start the class and I start from, point C instead of point A, they're not confused because they watched the video. The videos, again, will be 5 points each. There'll be about 2 videos a week. I'm doing my best to keep them under 20 minutes. I don't want them to be like 40-minute videos or anything obnoxious like that. So I'm going to keep them under 20 minutes. Again, it'll be about 2 videos a week. And then they'll also have about 2 homework assignments a week. And the homework assignments will be about 10 to 25 minutes. Again, since they'll have more time to do practice in class, they shouldn't need like as much actual like homeworks. They will get one project a marking period. That'll be I'll probably give that out in maybe like mid-October. For the student evaluation, we're still going to stick with the point system, no different from being in school or out of school. We'll have quizzes, we'll have tests. One thing I am doing a little different that we'll be having exit cards. Obviously, with this online platform in high school, cheating is rampant. So the goal is like giving them the exit cards 1 or 2 times a week at the end of the session. I can see them doing it. I can see that they're not snapping a picture and sending it to the world. So the goal is like with those 1 to 2 exit cards a week, it's something I can see them do. Those exit cards will probably be like the last 10 minutes of class. And again, it'll be about 2 of those a week, maybe sometimes even 1, depending on how much content we're getting to, but 1 or 2 of those a week. So it can kind of be like a small quiz, like a week based on the exit cards. Chapter tests, probably like one every three weeks or so, obviously when we finish a chapter. The quizzes, we're having our first quiz. We had our first quiz this week, either for Algebra 2 or Geometry. So all students, you should be expecting like some type of grade update soon with a bigger grade. Everything so far has been like small, a video, a homework, etc. I think we have like 1 or 2 exit cards, but it's not a lot of points in there yet. Again, this quiz that'll go in this weekend will give you guys a better idea of where your student stands or what they're grasping or not. For number 6, I left this as italicized because right now it's really not established, like what's going to be happening with the percentages and everything with the marking period. So right now, that's what it was in the past. But again, as of now, we have no updates as to if there'll be quarterlies, if there'll be midterms or anything of that nature. Student responsibilities, make sure they're prepared. Again, they need notebooks, calculators, a regular scientific calculator for geometry. They don't need anything special. Actually, a graphing calculator for geometry is probably more of a hindrance. For Algebra 2, again, a regular scientific is fine. But if they're going to be taking higher level maths, you might as well go ahead and get the graphing calculator this year because it will benefit them on some topics to have it, versus like having to borrow the class set, etc. Makeup for the students, just make sure they make up their missed assignments in a timely manner. I have 1,000 things going on and 1,000 students, so like keeping track of everyone's missed assignment is not going to happen. So as soon as you missed something, make sure you reach out, make sure you know when you have to make it up, etc. You should be able to see on Canvas. You should know what you missed, and you should be able to take it in a reasonable amount of time. Extra help is provided daily. I'll be in my meeting room from 1 to 2 p.m. That's a direct link to it. It's also linked on Classroom as well for the students to just click on there, and I'm there every day from 1 to 2. And I don't have any problems with being there longer if someone needs some extra assistance, but that's just the designated time that I'm definitely going to be there daily. Parent and guardian involvement. Again, I already mentioned this. Just make sure you're keeping up on them. Just don't wait till it's too late. Like if, again, something's alarming, make sure you are, quickly ask me what's going on, what can we do about this, etc. For geometry, I put protractor compass. I think I put it in italics on the other form as well. As of right now, we're not going to do the construction section, which is normally like chapter 2. We're going to just like kind of do the conjectures with the kids, but we're not going to be worried about doing the hands-on piece with the compasses and protractors. So as of right now, don't really rush and go get a protractor and a compass. We'll probably like get to that later. I'm going to try to find some type of online something we can do for that as well. But as of right now, don't really worry about that part. Again, my contact information is here. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to call that number or send me an email. And wanted to just also take a minute to walk you guys through Canvas a little bit more. um, just to show you guys like how the goal is to set everything up. At the top is all pretty much contact information. This is our module for this week. The meeting links will always be posted there. Excuse me, as you can tell, the live and extra help meeting links. Pretty much the homework will be listed like this. Again, I'm still using Google Classroom only because the links to Google Classroom aren't, the links to the videos and other things aren't really working the way they're supposed to with Canvas. So even if it is something through Google Classroom, there will still be a link posted here for assignments, and then the students will know to go to Classroom. So it won't be like they have to go to Classroom daily and here daily. It will be, if you see it on Canvas, go to Google Classroom, so they'll know where to go. The classwork, these are the packets that we're using today. And then at the bottom, I'll post the notes and homework answers from that specific, meeting session, etc. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, feel free to call or email. And hopefully we get this online thing as right as we can. It was great to virtually meet you. Have a great night.